the Oakland Raiders season where we're going to relocate. I got way too many problems to be worried. I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, it's crazy. I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up and look like I'm stuff coming in.
Foreign cars driving fast. I've never done this before. Get out my problems. Let me
upgrade players.
With the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to
impressive preseason where it's his team headed. There was always this win now mentality, and it could be dangerous. We're going to win it. It's time to just wipe this slate clean. There's 16 games ahead of us, and I think we can get to playoffs. Wins or losses in the past are irrelevant to me. This team, like every other one, expects to go to the Super Bowl. I'm just gonna choose wins or losses. Continue. I'm gonna go to free agency.
Blow your mind.
See if there's anybody. Kicker Matt Bryant.
It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like
to 81, tight end 79, wide receiver 76. Depth chart and see if
First of the month, I'm a running back.
wide receivers, maybe 9. Tight end, kicker.
Hello. That's the Chad calling.
Yeah, we should probably sign him. Okay, so we're gonna sign Matt Bryant.
This is the player card. Here you can see your player's strengths.
We really needed a good kicker. Matt Bryant.
Easily see. Here are some recommendations to get you started.
37 time to host the Denver Broncos. On all Madden, hopefully I can get good, but you know our team isn't that good. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get there.
Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad.
And coach wants to beat our rival this game, the Broncos. Hopefully our line can hold up against Von Miller.
48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
One time for the old times in the East Bay. It's a coach. This is our second of 2 here on this opening Monday.
Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. Tonight, we wrap a busy first week of the season with a second of 2 on a Monday night between the Denver Broncos. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And the Oakland Raiders. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr in his 6th season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014. And a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplated maybe making a run at Kyler Murray. But in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer. Carr gives to Rashard, and he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. On 2nd and 9, Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. This is Josh Jacobs, the Alabama man, with his first NFL carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. On 2nd and 15 now. Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They run it with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down. But from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run. So now a little soul-searching on 4th down. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down is Rippon. Man open, that's Juwan Winfrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
On 2nd and 9, Rippon. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 40. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Lindsay. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36. And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the 1st round, they expect you to play right away. And the community's eyes and fan base, they'll be on you the entire way.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
No room to be had there on the 1st down run as he's lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board. We'll see. Well, a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running is Jacobs. Looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he gets it down to the 32. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On the draw, Richard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Caught. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. He's got this complete to Hamilton. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
On your team, fight.
Rippon trying to pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. That close on 3rd down, I think everybody probably expecting a run. Instead, they go to the air on 3rd and short yardage.
I realize this is a passing league, and they're liable to throw the ball on any down and distance. But that short, I do question the call. Run the football and pick it up.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte, where you see the final score there. A 1-point victory in the end. 17-16, your final score. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Jacoby Brissett with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. 28-3, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir.
I also want to check how old Derek Carr is. Derek Carr is how old? Where's the age? I don't see the age. I'm probably gonna see it. And he's been in the league for 5 years. Okay, let me just go Raiders. Can I not click on them? That's tough. Okay, so Broncos. They're only Brett Rypien. Like, I've never heard of him. What happened to the other quarterbacks, Joe Flacco and Drew Lock? They like this one better? Oh, they don't even have them. Yeah, because it updated. Rosters forgot. He's a 56 overall, dang. It's tough.
A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Well, Week 1 finally wrapping up here tonight, but more football coming your way Thursday night. It'll be the Buccaneers and Panthers in an early season NFC South battle in Charlotte. They go play action here on first down, and that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Second and 10 now from the 27. On second and 10, it's Rippon. He completes this to Sutton. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's third and 1. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a fourth down. Well, if you're going to pass on third and 1, you better get a first down if you complete it. They completed it, but no gain.
The aiming point has to be beyond the first down marker where you throw the ball. Third and 1, you can't have anything that's even close to the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you run the risk of what we just saw there, not getting the first down.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 21. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. This is Richard, and that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 60 out now.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
We got 4.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rippon making the catch. It's Winfrey. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. They run on 1st down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Rippon. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Now Rippon. This is the tight end, Fant. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw it is Rippon. This is caught. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Rippon. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now on 2nd and 13. Carr. They've got his man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. To throw, it's Carr. Here's a short little toss to Carrier. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. So an important try here from Matt Bryant. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Bryant is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
So the Broncos now down 13-10, a little under a minute to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Fighting him off. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
Guess who's on offense?
That's on the rookie Dalton Reisner. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Lindsey. Not able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. And his kick here is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
get some points.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Griffin to pass. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Off play action, it's Rippon. And he finds a man with a crossing route. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. They will throw on 3rd down with Rippon. Open man is Winfrey. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. This is a big spot for a rookie QB, and overtime is kind of where you earn your stripes, isn't it?
It really is, and we've talked with enough coaches and players about how these youngsters are getting into the game and playing this at such a high level so early. But overtime, that's an entirely different animal, and he's handling it well.
Yeah, starting to put together a nice drive. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Last overtime in this stadium, possibly.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rippon, that's caught over the middle by Fant. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
No touchdowns. I'm pretty sure it's all.
They'll run on first down. Lindsey, he'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Taking an L overtime, pretty sure it's right.
Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
That's crazy.
So for the Broncos, it was a game that could have gone either way, but they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland...
That's sad, but after all that, we ended up losing. Just guess my team got probably too hyped and let everything go away. But Matt Bryant does get an upgrade.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.
All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh.
Start your week by installing your game plan.
Go ahead and negotiate contracts already.
These players are on the last year of their contract.
Matt Bryant, make offer. Matt Bryant says,
For my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle.
Peace.